It is a high ridge in Antarctica where the temperatures have fallen. The record that they recorded was negative 135.8. Can you imagine? Ted Scambos is an ice scientist with the National Snow and Ice Data Center, which made this announcement. Ted, welcome. Good to have you with us today.
Thanks.
So,
thanks very much.
What's the meaning of that? I mean, what do we take away from this?
Well, it's a part of the globe that's reached an extreme, and that tells us a little bit about how the Earth works and how climate works. We sort of found the ultimate chilly morning you can possibly find, and it's pretty much the same kind of thing that, say, a gardener would know about how cold it can get on a clear night, but in Antarctica it gets a whole lot colder.
And how do you measure it? Not like somebody walks out there with a thermometer.
Yeah, no, it isn't done that way. We use satellites, thank goodness, and sifted through quite a bit of data. One of the good parts about this was that there's a new satellite that we use, Landsat 8, that should be capable of making a really good measurement in detail of these areas, and that'll tell us a little bit more. Another thing that we learned is that, there's no cloud that actually gets as cold as it got on the surface, and that made it quite a bit easier to map the area and detect where the coldest place was.
What do you think is driving these temperatures higher in that area?
Well, they are warming slowly, but that's a whole different measurement. What we're doing right now is just mapping the minimum temperature in Antarctica as sort of an end point. But yes, the temperatures are going up slowly in Antarctica in general, but that's not really what we measured here. Still, it tells us something about how the Earth works, how climate works, and if we were to continue to monitor these things carefully, we might see a change in the minimum temperature over time.
Could anyone survive in a temperature like that? What would happen to your body?
It's tough. You freeze pretty quickly. It hurts to breathe. Your eyelids start to freeze shut because anything that has any moisture is freezing out hard as a rock. If you're walking on the surface, it's loud, like you can't believe. It doesn't sound like soft, smushy snow. At that point, it's more like walking on little bits of broken glass, just tiny little shards, because the ice is sort of like rock at that point.
Is it true that the scientists for fun like to run outside at the South Pole in negative 100 degrees naked?
They're allowed to wear shoes and a scarf. I have not done that. They're allowed to wear shoes and a scarf, and it's people just being people, and they work hard down there at the South Pole, and
you gotta have a little fun.
You've got to have a little bit of fun out there, and take advantage of the challenge that Antarctica poses to you. So it's not something that happens on a regular basis, but yes, that's a little bit about how we know how long you can stand outside at 100 below zero.
Negative 100, I can't imagine. Ted, thank you so much. Really interesting. Great to have you with us.
You're welcome.